So let's talk about the Boys International Outreach and the Men's Leadership Conference. How is that going to look? Of course, again, we're inviting teens from America, ages 13 to 19, to work with their peers from Kenya to do outreach ministry, as well as men from the United States to attend a conference with men from Kenya. So how that will work is the boys and the men will meet together at the main venue, which is going to be in a town called Kasarien, and the church is called Nairobi Chapel, Kasarien. So we'll meet there with the boys, and we'll do the morning prayer. First the praise and worship, then the morning prayer, and then the young men are dismissed to go with the youth team. They'll be taken to a nearby town called Ongata Rongai, which is the next adjacent town to Kasarien, so they won't be that far from where the men are. So what the boys will be doing is they'll be working at a children's home called Nyumba ya Tumaini Children's Home, and I hope I didn't butcher that name too much. But they'll be working at that children's home with their peers from Kenya, and of course under the leadership of our youth coordinators, our youth team. So what they'll be doing there is one of the activities they will have there is they will be cooking for themselves, of course, and for the children at the children's home. That will be one of the things that they do for them. That will be one of the bonding exercises. There's work to be done around the children's home, and they'll have activities that they'll be doing there. And of course, because we're a Christian ministry, we have to have Christ in there. And there's going to be some Christ-centric teaching during this time with the boys from America, the boys in Kenya, and of course, those children at the children's home. So after their day is over, they'll be coming right at the end of the Men's Leadership Conference. There's a time slot on the program for the Men's Leadership Conference to allow the boys or a representative from the boys to speak about how their day was, what they experienced, just to give us a highlight of the day so that the men can also hear what the boys have accomplished that day. And then of course there'll be a dismissal. Now, while the boys are at the children's home, the men will be in the conference. The conference is themed Priests of the Household. Day 1 speaks of your ministry to yourself or your personal devotion. Day 2, the speakers are going to talk about your ministry in your local ecclesia or your church, how you minister in your church, whatever gifting that you have. Then on day 3, we'll talk about your ministry to your family, and it will culminate in marriage. So we're looking for 4 or 5 speakers from the United States and 2 speakers from Kenya. And that was what the Men's Leadership Conference will be in a nutshell. Food, of course, will be offered and provided there at the venue for the Men's Leadership Conference, and of course for the boys. And of course, the transportation for the boys will also be provided. So if there are any other questions that you have and we haven't updated the website with any more information, please make sure that you ask your questions. Hit us up at info at poweredbychrist.us. Send us a message, send us your question, and we'll get back to you as quickly as we possibly can. We do need you, if you're really interested in going and you think you're going to go, we need you to go ahead and register so that we can get our numbers together so we can see what we're looking for as far as how many children we're going to have to transport and the amount of food that we're going to have ready on hand for you, our esteemed and beloved guest. So again, any questions, hit us up on our email, and we'll keep updating and keep posting on this website with any new information. So keep checking, keep looking, and I'm sure your questions will be answered. So God bless you until then, and God keep you. And above all things, let God be exalted.